Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name's Dimitra and I'm the events manager for Mauve Group, and this week I wanted to continue our series of getting to know some of our staff at Mauve. So I'll be joined by two of our country representatives. One is Lucia, she's our global account manager in Singapore, and the other is Ashleigh, she's our account manager and business development representative in New Zealand. So let's meet them.
Hi Lucia, hi Ashleigh, thank you for joining me. How are you guys?
Hi Dimitra, all good here, thank you.
Hi Dimitra, I'm Lucia, I'm good as well, thank you.
Great, thanks for taking the time. I know you're both very busy, so I'm going to start off by asking you both to introduce yourselves and then we'll jump straight into the questions. So Lucia, could you go first?
Sure. So I'm Lucia, I'm the Global Account Manager based in Singapore. So I manage the existing clients who have employees with us, and as well as develop new business portfolio primarily in Asia. So my clientele include all types of businesses which have expansion needs outside of their existing territories. So besides sharing with them some of the local employment laws to look out for, sometimes I will also give advice on the business landscape in the country of interest, so my clients can have a greater overview in their business expansion plans.
Right, thank you. And Ashleigh, what about you?
Hi, my name is Ashleigh. I'm currently based in Auckland, New Zealand. I've been working for Mauve Group for coming up to 3 years now. And I work as an account manager and also a business development representative. So my role includes communicating with our current and prospective clients and helping them find solutions to global mobility problems. So it could be anything from an employer of record solution whereby we hire candidates in countries where they don't have a registered entity, or immigration services, salary benchmarking, compliance assessments, and a variety of things.
Right, perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask you, if there was one reason and one reason only as to why you think that your locations would be a great place for companies to expand into, what would that be? Lucia, could you tell us first?
Okay, so despite the current pandemic, our Economic Development Board has actually secured about 13 billion worth of foreign investment in the first 4 months of 2020. So these investments will actually generate a few thousand jobs for Singaporeans over the next few years. So these are large MNCs. So as far as we can see, Singapore still remains an attractive destination for many global companies, as the Republic is known for being a trusted hub for intellectual property protection and its skilled workforce. So our government is also totally supportive of foreign investments, where currently 30% of our total population are foreign expats. So if any companies are looking to invest in Asia or to expand in Asia, Singapore would be your number one choice.
Right, thank you. And what about you, Ashleigh? What about New Zealand?
I would say it's hard to choose just one reason to live here or to start a business here. But I would say it's a really beautiful country. The lifestyle is amazing, the nature is amazing, and in terms of location, it's great if you have business relations in Australia and the Pacific. It also has a very stable economy and a wonderful Prime Minister.
Great, thank you. Right, what behavior or personality trait do you most attribute your success to? And when I say success, it could be personal success, it could be professional success, whatever success is to you. What behavior or personality trait do you most attribute your success to, and why? Lucia, could you tell us?
Okay, I think I will attribute my success to the tenacity to connect with people and giving them the assurance that I'm always an email or phone call away. I think it's the consistency of putting in effort to remain connected with clients, with friends. This is important because it encouraged repeated inquiries. So even in daily lives, it also encouraged a wider network of people, of friends, so whom we can actually go to when we need a helping hand. So this would be my main personality.
Absolutely, thank you. And what about you, Ashleigh?
I would say communication. I think communication is essential in business and in sales and just in day-to-day life. And it's really important in understanding the client's requirements and needs and supporting them in the most appropriate way.
Right. It's quite interesting. You both sort of said the more human element, the more human side of things, which is really, really important for Mauve. It's something that we always stress. Right. I'm going to jump into some quick fire questions. I'm going to start off with Ashleigh first this time. Ashleigh, what do you love to do outside of work?
I love all things active and nature, so hiking, yoga, anything active really.
Right. Lucia, what's one totally irrational fear that you have?
I would think I'm actually very scared of a frog.
Right.
Toad, I'm extremely afraid of them. So even the sight of it, or even a comic picture of it, it gives me hair rising kind of feeling. So I think that is very irrational. Many people ask me, why I'm afraid of that. I said, I really don't know. I haven't have any encounter with frogs or anything like that. But I think since young, the look of it, or having the big muscular legs and jumping around, that really scares me. So I think that would be my greatest irrational.
Oh, I love that. Ashleigh, what's something big or small that you're really good at, Ashleigh?
I would say I'm really good at change. I love diving into the unknown of things, and I've lived in 7 countries so far, and I just love experiencing new places and new things, and I think I adapt really well in that environment.
Yeah, and I can absolutely vouch for that. And I remember the last time I saw you, you were in Cyprus, then you moved to Australia, then you moved to New Zealand, and that's just all in a matter of maybe a couple years. Lucia, what's something big or small that you're really bad at?
I'm bad at fishing. I think I get excited when I go on board the boat and then start to cast out the net or the fishing reel. But the moment once the fish got onto the bait, and when I start reeling in, and when I see the fish struggling, that's where I back off and then leave the remaining work to the man or to my partner who's in charge of reeling the fish in. Because I think the thought of reeling it in and seeing it struggle, it scares me. So it's both exciting and it's both scary. So I don't think I'm good at fishing. Yeah.
I love that. Ashleigh, if you could trade places with anyone for a day, who would you choose and why?
Does it have to be a person?
It could be a person, a thing, anything you want.
I would say a dolphin, just because I'd love to know what it feels like to live in the ocean.
Right. Oh, that's nice. And Lucia, if you could snap your fingers and become an expert in something or have a new skill, what would that be?
I think that would be data analytics, which is currently very hot at the moment, because I think the ability to predict something and to pick out any trend is important in the lifestyle or into any business that we're going into. So data analytics would be one.
That's great. Actually, most people I've asked have said languages. So that's quite interesting. You've given a different answer there. Right, and the final answer, again, this one's for both of you. 10 years ago, did you think this is where you would be 10 years later? And where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Lucia, do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. 10 years ago, I think I just graduated from school. So this is obviously not the kind of environment I see myself in 10 years later. The possibility of working remotely and then helping businesses to expand, so on and so forth, and through the services that we provide. So this is definitely where I don't see myself at 10 years ago. But however, 10 years later, I do hope that I can learn from experience and learn from mistakes, and 10 years later be a better person as compared to now. Yeah, so I hope to be a better person, able to manage things well, and to be a better example to my kids in future.
That's great, thank you. And what about you, Ashleigh?
No, I did not imagine myself here 10 years ago, living in New Zealand or having a corporate job. I think, I really love working for Mauve Group, and it's not something I imagine myself to be doing.
Right. And what about 10 years from now? Where do you see yourself then?
I hope to still be working for Mauve Group, actually, but maybe in a different country with a family.
Great. Well, thank you both so much. I love speaking to you as always. I loved your answers. Thank you for taking the time. As I said, I know you're both very busy. And I hope to speak to you again soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Bye-bye.
A big thank you to Lucia and Ashleigh for joining me today. We love to give you the opportunity to get to know us, to get to know our team on a more personal level, just as we like to get to know our clients and our workers on a personal level too. The human element, the human side of our work is very important to us. It's very important to Mauve Group, as I mentioned earlier. So it's always been a huge goal to build strong personal relationships with not only between us as colleagues, but with our clients and especially with our workers, which is why we love to have you at our social events. We love to keep lines of communication open at all times, and I hope that these sort of videos and interviews take that a step further. Please stay safe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.